Barcelona transfer and team news update. From Lamine Yamal's controversy to Pedri's midfield dominance, Marcus Rashford's registration status, and Joan Garcia's expected debut, we break down everything happening at Camp Nou. Plus, we look at potential summer signings like Dusan Vlahovic and Tottenham's interest in Dani Olmo. All the latest scoops, behind-the-scenes drama, and inside info for 2025-26 season. Barcelona forward Robert Lewandowski has encouraged teammate Lamine Yamal to find the right balance in his life so he can have a long professional career. Yamal has enjoyed meteoric success and is among the favorites to win the Ballon d'Or award this year. However, the Spain international recently faced public criticism for reportedly hiring dwarfs as part of the entertainment in his gangster-themed 18th birthday party on July 13th. Lamine is so young he can enjoy the life, Lewandowski told ESPN. He has to enjoy the life because everything not only in football but outside of it is in front of him. Of course, that will be also a tough moment for him, how to handle it, all things around him. For sure, that will be not easy, but he has to also enjoy everything. Still in this age, you can, and probably in the future he cannot. You have to just find the balance. He's a very good guy. People doesn't understand that we want to show something of who we are. Lamine shows what he is. Of course, there will be a lot of speculation, a lot of talk about this. It depends how he handles this for the long term. I think the most important thing for him, and probably he will have to answer himself, is that media attention, will be too much in 2-3-4 years. Lewandowski believes Yamal will have to be mentally strong to deal with the outside noise while also maintaining his top level. He's working hard, the Poland international said. But the part outside of football, the emotion that in one day on social media you are up here and the next day you are on the ground. This means that also for your body, for your mind, for your head, it's a huge pressure. He probably has to find the answer for this in the future. Lewandowski, meanwhile, believes Real Madrid's new signing Franco Mastantuono cannot be compared to Yamal. Madrid unveiled the 18-year-old Argentinian playmaker on Thursday, with Mastantuono having arrived on a €63 million, $73 million, transfer from River Plate. You cannot compare players, especially at a young age, Lewandowski said. For sure Real Madrid have pressure to find someone like Lamine. I think that being Lamine will be impossible, and it's better that you're following your own way. Of course, for the fans, the expectation is always that we have to find someone like Lamine. But you cannot find it because this kind of guy cannot be born in every city, every year. It's like once in 10 years. It's the same like in the past with Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. They were completely different players. You cannot find the next Messi or you cannot find the next Cristiano Ronaldo because they are unique. Barcelona enjoyed a stellar domestic season, clinching the La Liga title, the Spanish Super Cup and the Copa del Rey, while also sweeping all Clásicos against Real Madrid. Looking ahead, Robert Lewandowski anticipates a tougher challenge from a revitalized Madrid under the guidance of his former Bayern Munich teammate, Xabi Alonso. Alonso, who departed Bayer Leverkusen to replace Carlo Ancelotti at the Bernabeu, is seen by Lewandowski as a coach with a bright future. He has the great future as a coach, not just tactically but also in terms of personality, Lewandowski said. The first season can be complicated, but in the future he will be one of the best. He can bring out the best in every player, of that I'm sure. As for Lewandowski, about to turn 37 on August 21st, he is entering his 22nd professional season. Despite already claiming 31 titles, including 10 Bundesliga championships, 2 La Liga trophies and a Champions League, he remains hungry for success. It doesn't matter how many titles you've won. What counts is how many more you want to win, he explained. I know I can still improve and achieve more. I love football, I love this team, I love this club. I still feel physically very well. I don't have any problem with this age because I don't feel it. I'm proud that I'm going to be 37 years old. But I still know that I can achieve my goals. I can help my teammates because I'm still hungry for more. Barcelona remain confident over their target date to return to the Spotify Camp Nou despite a host of issues. The club are still hopeful of being able to play their first home match of the season, against Valencia on MD4 at their home stadium, but hope has faded in recent weeks. That is scheduled for September 14th, after the international break, with the first 3 games of the 2025-26 campaign played on the road at Mallorca, Levante and Rayo Vallecano. Initially, Barcelona wanted to be back in their iconic home in November 2024, but that deadline was completely unrealistic. Further targets of February and May 2025 were set, but subsequently missed, with more caution shown in the pledge to be back by September. Barcelona had originally aimed to host 60,000 fans at Camp Nou this season, which would have provided a major boost to their matchday revenue and helped ease their financial struggles. However, that goal is no longer feasible, and the club has revised its target to accommodate only half that number. Despite this adjustment, Barcelona remain confident they will secure the necessary approvals and licenses from the Barcelona City Council to play all their home matches at Camp Nou this season. UEFA has also set a specific deadline for the club to confirm the stadium's readiness for Champions League matches, requiring Barcelona to notify local authorities, La Liga and UEFA of their plans within the given timeframe. As per Marca, UEFA have told Barcelona they will need a confirmed answer over the Camp Nou's readiness to host Champions League games by August 28 at the latest. With the league phase of the competition due to start in mid-September, UEFA need to know what will be Barcelona's designated home ground for the competition. UEFA regulations stipulate teams must play all their 4 first-round matches in the same stadium with very specific rules on expectations. The plan now focuses a staggered return, starting at 30,000 with 45,000 for the Champions League, before building onto 60,000 before the end of 2025. Barcelona head coach considers one particular member of his midfield ranks to be ahead of all others when it comes to pecking order. That's according to Diario Sport, who unsurprisingly point towards Pedri as the player in question. Midfielder Pedri is for his part of course fresh off something of a bounce-back season in Catalonia's capital. At last putting his long-standing injury woes in the rear-view mirror, the 22-year-old set about reminding any who may have forgotten of his frankly remarkable abilities. From his berth at the base of new boss Hansi Flick's midfield, Pedri dazzled week in and week out in 2024-25. So impressive was the Spanish international on both sides of the ball, in fact, that many are of the opinion that it was he, and not the likes of Lamine Yamal or Rafinha, who was Barcelona's very best player. And as alluded to above, the significance of these efforts, evidently, was not at all lost on the part of Pedri's manager. As per a report from Sport. At this point, the one who is most undisputed in Barca's midfield, and has the most guaranteed place is Pedri. Tottenham are reportedly preparing to lodge a £60.2 million bid on a Barcelona star who could join alongside Crystal Palace man Eberechi. Spurs look likely to be busy at the back end of the summer window. They have already signed 6 players so far, with Mohamed Kudus and Joao Palhinha the biggest names. And there is interest in some more big players, Ease and Savinho. But beyond that, Fischages reports Tottenham are interested in signing Barcelona star Dani Olmo, and are preparing a €70 million £60.2 million offer for the midfielder who was directly involved in 19 goals in his first season at the club. The report suggests the financial urgency means Olmo could indeed be sold by La Blaugrana. It is reiterated that Ease is being looked at by Tottenham, and Olmo is in their sights in addition to him. Double signing not unlikely. It is not unlikely that Tottenham sign 2 new players at the back end of the window. Ease and Olmo can both play as attacking midfielders and wingers, and Spurs have lost Son Heung-min to LAFC, while James Maddison has suffered a bad injury, meaning signings are needed in both areas. With around 2 weeks left before the summer transfer window slams shut, there does not appear to be any scope for some late activity at FC Barcelona. The Blaugrana have roped in Joan García, Rooney Bargi and Marcus Rashford, loan, and renewed Wojciech Szczesny's contract, but are yet to register any of them in La Liga. Given the situation, the likelihood of another new signing appears extremely distant. Despite that, reports in Italy have linked the La Liga champions to a surprise name. Dusan Vlahovic on Barcelona's radars? Indeed, according to Gazzetta dello Sport, hat tip Mundo Deportivo, FC Barcelona are one of the clubs interested in a late swoop for Juventus striker Dusan Vlahovic. The 25-year-old Serbian international is entering his final year of contract at Juventus, and the Italian team would be interested in transferring him so that he does not leave for free next summer. Vlahovic's high salary is also an issue, as the Serbian is one of the highest-paid players at the Vecchia Signora. The former Fiorentina player, however, wants to fulfill his final season of contract. However, as per the report, Barcelona and Newcastle would be 2 of the clubs that could unlock this situation in the last days of the transfer window. Juventus hope that some more clubs may become interested in the coming weeks. The possibility that Vlahovic could end up at Barcelona in the coming weeks seems remote. Everything seems to indicate that, barring a surprise move, the Catalan team have closed the door to further signings. With the issues of fair play, and knowing the high salary of the Serbian, the fit of the forward seems difficult. Asterisk player valuation and title obtained from transfermarket.com on date of publication. A member of the summer recruitment drive at La Liga giants Barcelona is set to be afforded his competitive bow in the club's colors this weekend. That's according to Blaugrana insider Gerard Romero, who points towards Joan García as the player in question. Goalkeeper Joan has of course seen his situation in Catalonia's capital take a major step in the right direction over the last 24 hours. This comes after La Liga's conclusion that Marc-André ter Stegen's injury falls into the category of long-term opened the door for Joan to be registered for league play. And as alluded to above, as much as expected to give rise to an immediate debut for the 24-year-old, when Barcelona make the trip to Sun Moix for their season opener this Saturday. As per a report from journalist Gerard Romero, Joan García will be registered. The goalkeeper will be able to debut in Mallorca. Barcelona is ready for the new season. From Pedri's return to form, Lamine Yamal's media pressure, and Rashford's registration drama, to Joan Garcia's soon-to-be debut, Camp Nou is buzzing with activity. Will Vlahovic or Olmo join in the final days? Stay tuned as we follow all the latest transfers, team news and summer window updates. Don't miss a single update from the heart of Catalunya.